What's up, guys? LegomationStudio back. Who would have thought this day would come? It's been 5 years since Bionicle was on shelves, and I just want to say thank you, all you fans, for sticking around as long as you did. I can't wait to see the Bionicle community on YouTube, BioTube, to continue to grow, and for even newer fans that these sets will make all over the world. Now, before we get in to my first review in 5 years of a Bionicle, and I'm going to be doing TAHU, Master of Fire. Before we get into that, I just want to give you guys my opinion on the new Bionicle. So here's what I think. It's the best thing LEGO could have done. You see, LEGO is smart, okay guys? They're smart. They're a smart company. And as you'll see, these new sets, while sticking to some of the constrictions posed by Hero Factory build, they incorporated a lot of new technique pieces and gear functions, appealing to Bionicle fans everywhere, and harkening back to what Bionicle was really all about, the gears. Now, was a reboot necessary? Yes. Oh my god, yes. Are you kidding me? Let's be honest here, guys. The story of Bionicle had eventually, by 2010, grown so convoluted. And in a way, it pretty much ended with the big Motunui robot fighting Makuta, what we'd been waiting for pretty much the entire 10 years we've been following the line. So it was pretty obvious that in order to start again, LEGO needed to shelve the idea for some time in order to cycle in a completely new and fresh audience for Bionicle. However, I'm sure they know us hardcore fans are still here. And yes, while it sucks to see Greg Farshty not returning, keep in mind that this has happened to toy lines such as Ninja Turtles, Transformers, and many Marvel comic book characters, so it's fine, guys. If anything, I'm more happy to see now that LEGO truly considers Bionicle a timeless franchise. It could be going on for another 30 years for all we know. 30, 40, who knows how long Bionicle could last now that we see LEGO really cares about it. I really have nothing to complain about. Everyone must buy these sets, because if LEGO sees that it's successful again, they'll keep making it. And, after hearing some of the leaked info on summer sets, I'm sure LEGO has some epic Rocky-like big beasts and villains that will contain even more awesome unique gear functions. So, yes guys, I'm excited. Bionicle is back, and the possibilities are endless. Now, I don't want to keep on going forever. This is pretty much my opinion on Bionicle. I'm glad to see it's back. Now, let's get into this review. Here he is in all his glory. In his box, Bionicle TAHU Master of Fire. Now, like always, you guys know my reviews. We'll go over the box. Do I like the new boxes? Well, they're definitely better than Hero Factory's plastic bag food items. Ugh. So I gotta say thank you, LEGO, for at least not putting Bionicles in plastic bags. Now, of course, it's not the same as these Mystica/Anika canisters, or especially the old circular canisters we got from the original Toamata. However, this does make it look more like a LEGO set because all LEGOs come in boxes. And the fine edges that the way the shape looks is still attractive and more attractive than just an average box or a plastic bag. So props to LEGO for doing this cool kind of shape of a box. Now, on it we see TAHU in his classic position on his surfboard, flowing on lava, going up the mountain there. We see a golden mask. We see one of the evil spiders controlled by the Lord of Skull Spiders. And it's ages 8 through 14, and it has 89 pieces. That's a lot. That's a good amount. And the price tag is at 20 bucks. And we'll go over at the end more my opinion on the price. And if it's out of your range, I understand. But God, these guys are huge. And it's the fact that they contain so much plastic that they're 20 bucks, They ain't no Toamata. But we'll get into comparison later. LEGO, Bionicle, we have the Mask of Creation right there. We'll just take a look at the box from the side, all around, bottom. Now on the back, we have the functions. TAHU and the gear functions, being able to move his arms and his weapons so he can fight. Shows how the mask can be popped off really easily. And then it also shows that the gear on the back supports the gear function and how to twist it, that sort of stuff. Even more, we get an image on how to put a skull spider onto the face of a TOA, or a master, I guess. They still call them TOA. And then we have another size of the golden mask, and then the combination options. If you buy the red protector of fire, you can combine them to master of fire TAHU and create an ultimate TAHU with more weapons and more just badassness. The end at the bottom, we have kind of a comic book looking depiction of the animations we see online. Now, I don't think all these scenes have been leaked online yet. We have a lot more videos that they're going to put up on Bionicle.com, and I'm sure we'll see TAHU go through this adventure right here. But it pretty much just gives you a TAHU comic just to see him in action, putting on the mask, all that stuff. Alright. You guys don't like it when I spend too long of time on the box. I completely understand, but it's important to see how, Lego sets progress. Now, for my favorite part. Let's open this puppy up and check what's on the inside. I haven't even opened this yet. I am so excited. Alright. Now, if we look in the back, we have these little stickers that we're going to have to cut through very carefully. Lego is smart. They want to save money, so they do boxes. Alright. Ooh. Ah, yeah. Alright. Awesome. Check it out. So first we got the instruction manual. It's vertical, not horizontal. We open it up. We get another kind of cartoon of TAHU. This is pretty much what's on the back, just in bigger images. They show you how you should organize all the pieces so you have an easier time building the set. And it goes through the regular building. Then we get a advertisement with the Lord of Skull Spiders, Mask of Creation, this kind of image of the TOA jumping for it, grabbing for the mask. We get a better look at the combiner options with the Protector of Fire. And you can go on your iPad or on your Xbox online and view the videos. Very cool. And then we have an advertisement of all 6 masters of their elements and their golden masks with the Mask of Creation directly in the middle. Very cool image of all these guys in action. And then on the back, win Lego by entering whatever. Yeah, cool. Awesome. So that's the manual. Now, let's get on to these pieces. Majority of the pieces are in plastic bag. You got the smaller pieces in a smaller plastic bag. Like so. Now, guys, I have not bought a Hero Factory since their third 3.0. I haven't bought a set since. So, it's a possibility that I could call some new pieces in here new pieces, and they're not actually new pieces. If you want, go ahead, call me out in the comments section, but the way I'm going to separate these are the cool, newer looking pieces, and then the older Hero Factory looking pieces. Now, I'm sure these little legs for the Skull Spiders are older pieces, probably came out in Hero Factory. Of course, all these Technic pieces and these gears we've seen before. But what's new? Well, the first and foremost, TAHU's new blades. We can compare them to TAHU Nuva's blades, and as you can see, they're huge, much bigger, much cooler, kind of look like Lacan's board. If you guys remember Toa Lacan and Kikanala Beast released in 2004, you can combine the pieces and it'll create a board. Very cool. It's nice to see Lego doing this again, especially for a character such as TAHU who needs that function. Inside, we also have some fire pieces. Look really cool. I don't know if these came out with Hero Factory or not, but if they haven't, nice job, Lego. They almost look like lightning bolts that are making this fire element. Very cool. Gets darker as you go further down to the bottom of the flame. Awesome looking. Very cool. They're not rubber, they're completely plastic, so good job on that, Lego. Now, we have armor, and I don't know if this is new armor, if it came with Hero Factory or not. I'm gonna say no, it didn't. Probably might have. But they're pretty cool. similar to Inika armor, where you have the pistons on the sides, circles in the middle, and some, ribbed piston in the middle, a little thicker piston. Very cool. Apparently LEGO is all about this gold armor. I'll get into it when I build the guy, but I'm not a huge fan of so much gold. TAHU's new mask, very cool. This gold mask is the same mask, just gold. We'll put those there. So cool masks, awesome. Then we have just a bunch of Hero Factory armor. We got it in red, and then we get it in trans orange. Very cool. Small pieces and big pieces. More Hero Factory armor. We have the regular body skeleton for a lot of the Hero Factory sets. We also have this new body piece, and I don't know, it may have come with Hero Factory, but maybe not. And it looks like it's going to allow the gear functions by putting Technic rods through it. So very cool. I like to see pieces like this in Bionicle sets. Now, this is probably like a Ninjago piece, but it's TAHU's gold sword. They decided to give him another weapon alongside his lava board. Why? I don't know. Maybe to give him another gold piece. But it's in there, nonetheless, and it's nice to get more weapons. We have the Glatorian Fists that we were introduced with that got a little changed once Hero Factory rolled around. But very cool, They give the Bionicles that actual hand look. We got a Skull Spider mask here in a tan, and I believe most of them come with tan Skull Spiders, so there aren't a huge variety of colors, sadly. More Hero Factory armor. This is the most disappointing part, Hero Factory feet. I don't really know if I like this. We'll build it together and see how it looks, but you'd think they could have come up with some new feet pieces. Maybe these are new. Post in the comment section, you guys are always good at correcting me on those things. But they aren't that cool looking, Even the old Bionicle TAHUs had these really cool feet. Why couldn't they just bring something similar back? I mean, he should have red feet, but I guess they want the feet to match the hands. The hands are dark gunmetal silver as well. Okay, more and more pieces. Really cool piece right here. Haven't seen something like this before. Just a lot of really unique Technic pieces that I'm sure have been coming out with Hero Factory. I just haven't been paying attention because I didn't want to waste my money on those sets. Alright, then a bunch more Hero Factory limbs with all the ball socket connections in black. And then we got the head. Awesome. Now this head is a new head, I'm pretty sure. And just like the old Bionicles, we'll be able to slip in a translucent color piece to give his eyes that kind of light up function if you put him by a light. Very cool. Looks a lot like the Glatorian heads a little bit, but a mix with Glatorian head and the old Bionicle head, which is very cool. Alright, let me put that head piece right here. Okay, so here we go. The pieces for TAHU. Oh wait, guys, and the chest piece. Yeah, at least we don't have to put these stickers on. I'm glad that LEGO provided the stickers already. It does look kind of cheap though. I gotta say, it's not my favorite chest piece. But again, we'll see how it all looks when this guy comes together. Without further ado, you guys know how it goes. Let's hit that music and get speed building in 3, 2, 1. Alright, here he is, TAHU, Master of Fire in all his blazing glory, the newly reimagined TAHU. So first off, we'll start with building experience. I don't think I have too much to say about the Skull Spider. very easy to build. But on the other hand, TAHU himself. I loved building TAHU. Now, I built some of the original Hero Factory, and it's just not the same. It was so fun building this guy. Every second it felt like I was putting on a new piece of armor, and the pieces in here are ridiculously creative. Now, we could start and go into detail on the back part of TAHU. Now, if we can zoom in, hopefully, you can kind of see that the functions here are gear functions. There's two black ones in the middle, and then another two on the side. Like, two on the side, then this black one here, and then this yellow one. Now, when you twist the gears, you're going to get that function of movement, which is really awesome. All these Technic pieces inside here were just making me so happy while building them. We even have an armor on the back of him. Another interesting part in this building process is you had to make room for these little wings to fit in. Very cool, very awesome, very creative. Had these really cool new pieces that don't know if Hero Factory came with, but they attached to the bottom of the feet. There are also some within his waist, and they basically prevent the feet from being very loose. Now his mask fell off again. Ugh! This is just bringing me back to the days of Bionicle when their masks would always fall off. It's glad to see that they're keeping that function. So building experience was great. There was never a moment where I was bored. There was never a moment where I was like, I've done this before. Maybe with the armor, but the all new Technic pieces inside, attaching his wings, and all this extra armor really made it for a fun build. And not super hard, but the only hard part I'd really say is making sure that these gears inside work and you're doing it right. Let's go over the look and the playability. Well, playability, it's pretty great. Ever since the Roxy Bionicle used bendable limbs, and we get plenty points of articulation in TAHU. We get the feet, we get the knee, and we get right on the waist, right there. So that's 3 points of articulation in each leg, which is awesome. The perfect amount for playability. The arms, they also have one in the hand, one in the middle where an elbow would be, and then one at the shoulder. Again, 3 points of articulation. That is awesome. And the same thing goes for the other arm, but you even get that one extra step of articulation with the gear function. Yeah, boy. That just gives you so many options. So that way, you not only have to put your own effort into playing with him, but you can just spin the gears with your friends and battle each other just like in the old days. I absolutely love that Bionicle is bringing that gear function back. Ah, so brilliant. Love it. You can flip his wings up like that, although they really aren't wings. They're just extra swords, but they do look like that. They give that wing look. And they're gold, so they do match some of the armor. And they look nice, I've got to say. His arms won't just fall because there's a lot of friction within those gears. Very awesome. So, how about the mask itself and how they connected it? Well, if we can zoom in, you basically can see that these masks contained little, like, nose pieces that originally, I remember, the original Bionicle 2015 prototypes attached by the nose of the face. But I guess they fell off too easily and too often, and they thought they needed a better way to attach them that go right on to the side of his face. If you're fighting another Toa, I'm sure you can definitely knock each other's masks off with enough force, just like so. Very awesome. A function though, in case that doesn't work, in the back of the head, the translucent piece right here can actually be pressed down like so, if you can see here, and the mask will pop off. Again, very cool. So that's the playability for you. A lot of awesome functions. You got the wings on the back, the gear function with the arms, and all these awesome points of articulation along with the mask popping off function too. Very, very cool. Now, overall, the look and the design. Let's talk about that. I have to say, personally, I think there's too much gold. It would have been nice if they'd included these gold pieces with red ones as well, because the original TAHU, Toa, they really were simple one color based. You know, the these would have been better maybe if they were orange, because TAHU was always that Mata orange, Mata red. But too much gold is too much gold. I think the gold mask would have been enough, but that's what LEGO's given us. Now, does it look bad, at least with the size of everything, with, you know, the way it presents itself? No. In fact, what I love about TAHU is that there's not one spot on his body that doesn't have a piece of armor. With Hero Factory sets, a lot of the times there wasn't enough, and I felt like pieces were left, you know, open. But even when we turned TAHU around, they made sure that armor is lined all over his back right here. All the back of his legs have armor. Ah, it's perfect. And you know, it's not too much armor to look clunky. It's still enough where, you know, you can kind of deal with it and go, yeah, he looks like he's ready to battle and pretty much withstand any foe that comes at him, especially a little spider. The way the flame goes through his, like, swords, his blades, the clear, translucent piece gives him a feeling of being alive, which I love. The chest piece. You know, it doesn't look bad once you put it with everything. It still stands out because, though, it's a sticker. I mean, it stands out, you know, and I don't really like that. I'm hoping the LEGO with the newer sets coming out this summer kind of doesn't use that as often, but I'm sure they will. It was nice that it wasn't a sticker, so I didn't have to place it on, but personally, I'm not a big fan of the cartoon drawings on his chest. They could have done something else, you know, just put some more design into the piece. It would have been nice. But those are my only flaws, and they're very small, very nitpicking, because what they were able to do with these guys, making them so much different from Hero Factory and still true to a lot of the Bionicle that we knew from back in the day, you gotta give LEGO props. They know what they're doing, they're very smart, and TAHU is a clear example of that. So now that we got this new TAHU mask, let's take a look at all the other TAHU masks from over the years. The Mystica Mask. Now this is very different, you know. It was awesome, had the peg connection, but what was cool is that it brought the slits on the side of his face back. The eyes look kind of similar, and his mohawk kind of piston top part is very emphasized in this mask from 2008. And now we can take a look at the other version, which came with his Bionicle stars, which is right here. Of course, this mask was very, very similar to the old TAHU mask. Why they couldn't do that for the new one beats me. But they were really trying to make it harken back to the original with Bionicle stars. Then, of course, before this, we had the very different TAHU Nuva mask. Very different looking, totally different vibe. The pistons kind of felt like almost biological with this mask. So, his progression here, you can see, is quite interesting. And then we take a look at, of course, the original mask. They look very similar, these two. The 2010 Stars mask and the 2001 TAHU Mata mask. They're a little similar. You'd see that the mouthpiece is similar, the side pieces are similar on the mask, and the eyes are too. It's pretty much just been shrunken down a little bit, the newer version, and kind of pressed and compressed too, as you can see. So, yeah, just to give you guys an idea of the evolution of TAHU's mask. Alright, so here we have them. Every version of TAHU we've ever had so far. Of course, not including the Bionicle stars, but I figured there was no reason to pull this guy out. You guys saw the mask comparison at least for him. What matters are the actual Toa. Look at this. Now, the evolution is very clear. It's very fun to compare these guys. Of course, the newer 2015 model definitely looks more like the original two, Toa Mata and Toa Nuva. Mystica totally had its different. You know, that year we were introduced to a lot of silver. His weapon is very different. He has the Kordak launcher. So he definitely doesn't look a lot like what we know to be TAHU, besides maybe his mask, kind of. And another con about him is that the Mystica had no chest piece. He's so bare here. There's no armor. With the 2015 model, it looks like he's ready to take on anyone. Even the 2003 model with this chest piece, he looks like he's good. Even this little ball on Toa Mata TAHU probably could have withstanded more than this Mystica guy could have. But that's just a funny little thing I like to point out. He has these fins, though, which are kind of similar to the fins we get with the new 2015 model. And the red is a totally different color. I mean, we didn't get Mata Red with Mystica TAHU, but we did with the new TAHU. Sorry I'm bashing on Mystica TAHU. He is an awesome set, but he definitely doesn't hold true to the original TAHU form. Let's take him out and just compare the three. Yeah, it's very obvious that LEGO was trying to go back to the old days with the TAHU design. He's very similar in color to the original too. One problem though, where's the Mata Orange? It's this gold that if you squint your eye enough, kind of comes off as the orange in the original too, but it's gold, and you can't really change that. I would have preferred if LEGO included these pieces as orange and not gold, and maybe given some optional gold, because that would have 100% captured the original TAHU. Because that Mata Orange isn't present, he does stand a little different than these two. But besides that, what I'm most proud of is LEGO bringing back the Mata Red color in the new 2015 model. And his mask is also very similar to these guys' original masks, so you gotta give LEGO the props for harkening back to the original TAHU look. He definitely has it. He's kind of a combination of these two guys with, you know, the new bendable limbs and all of that. It's been 14 years since Toa Mata TAHU's been on the shelves, and now we got the new Toa. So, what do we think? How much has changed? A lot. And I've got to say, great job LEGO. You really tried to capture some of the old TAHU with the gear function being very present. And his mask falling off literally every second. Oh, just like the old TAHU. So, you know, I like that. I like that a lot. So, my final thoughts on TAHU Master of Fire. Well, I love him. He's awesome. If I were to rate him, I'd give him a 5 out of 5, and out of 10, I'd give him a 9 out of 10, or maybe an 8.5, just because the gold is a little annoying, little too much excess, and the design on the chest is a little cheap looking, being that it's kind of pretty much a sticker. But that's just nitpicking. Besides that, everything this new TAHU has is awesome. They beat the old Hero Factory stuff by including gears and newer Technic ideas and a lot more armor to make this guy go up against any foe that comes in his way. The price tag of these guys are $19.99. That's 20 bucks for the big Toa. There are 3 others, Onua and Kopaka, and then Liwa, Gali, and Pohatu are just $14.99. So the $5 difference is that you get a couple more pieces, you get 2 more weapons, and probably a bit more armor too. We'll compare TAHU to the other Toa once we get to them, but you know what, guys? Thanks for watching this review. I'm so happy Bionicle is back. I hope you guys are all excited. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Give it a thumbs up. Message on a comment, you know, what you liked about this review, what you didn't, so I can change it up when I film my next reviews over the next couple of days. And then every week from now on, just expect 4 reviews per week. 1 of the Toa and 1 of its protector, and then the next day another Toa and then another one of its protector. So that's a lot of sets. We'll be getting those reviews out to you guys. Keep on checking back daily. Tomorrow, Protector of Fire, he'll be up. Thanks for watching this review, guys. Bionicle is back. Toa TAHU is back. And this is LegomationStudio, signing off.
See you guys soon.